What is up, everybody? ODC here, and I am here with a live stream. I am in front of your face. I want to make sure that I am here. Do. Can everybody hear me out of my mic? Okay. I just want to make sure. I don't think my mic is coming in. Let me. I had this issue last time where my mic was. Bear with me. This is. I don't do this normally, or so. There we go. Microphone. That's this one. It's definitely that one. I think that's it. I don't know though. Can't tell the difference. I'm not sure if you guys are getting feedback on this, but hopefully not. Yep, it's working. Okay. Sorry about that. I don't know why, but it sounds very low. Maybe I'll bring this down here. All right. So I wanted to do this because I haven't done one of these in a very long time. Sorry, I should probably take my glasses off. I got like crazy glare here. I'm trying to adjust everything. So I'll take the glasses off. There we go. I'll go blind. I'm just kidding. I don't really use glasses other than for reading. So, yeah, let me get this mic out of the way here. There we go. So, all right. So I thought I would start off. I'll give people some time to trickle in. I know it's only like 2 minutes in to the live stream. And next time I will have a better camera. I couldn't find my Logitech anywhere. I remember seeing it like a few days ago when I was considering doing this, and now I don't know where the heck it is. So, Brenda, hey, how's it going? StreamYard works so good. I'm able to type in the chat easy. I'm doing good. You know, hopefully I can get this not so it's so in the way. There we go. I'll move that over there. So I'll scooch up. Let me know if everybody can hear me okay. It sounded good from my test. But everything should be running accordingly. So we're going to talk about some stuff tonight. We're going to talk about some DC figures. We're going to talk about some recent reveals. It's mostly between McFarlane and the Classified series. Classified series dropped a whole bunch of stuff, and I thought I would talk about it. Oh, geez. I'm sorry to hear that, Brenda. That's awful. Okay, good. Well, it's good that you can see and hear me, but I'm sorry for your loss. It's never easy losing a family member. So I know that, and I've had my fair share in the past. So my thoughts go out to you and your family. So, but I thought, let's see here. I am like all slouched and shit because I'm trying not to get this overhead light in the camera, or it'll cause a. So I'm like, I'm like far away from the camera. But Terry, what's up, buddy? Thank you for modding as always, Terry. I appreciate you hanging around and modding for me. Okay, so we're gonna talk about some G.I. Joe stuff. We're gonna talk about some toys, man. We're just, you know me. I always shoot from the hip. There's no rhyme or reason behind anything I do. I just do this. I just do the thing to have fun. But no, I really do appreciate it, Terry. Thank you. Thanks, bud. I hope I'm not moving the mic too far away. I just set this mic up. I don't have it exactly where I want it. I better tighten that. Oh yeah, that's a thing. It's like it's like in my face. I'm not used to something in my face while I'm talking, so it's a little distracting. But I'll get used to it over time. So I'm gonna bring up Toyark, and I'm gonna screen share, and we'll talk some stuff. What I'll probably do is I'll start off with GI Joe stuff because there's a lot. There was a lot revealed. And there's one in particular, in case you haven't read the title, that I do want to talk about. And let me get all this up so you guys aren't just staring at a weird screen here. There we go. The Dungeons and Dragons stuff, too. I haven't talked anything about that. Those look interesting. Right. How's everybody doing tonight? Good, I hope. All right. Just bear with me here while I'm getting things situated. Pardon me. Here we go. Is this what I want to see? No, it's not what I want to see. That's not. But I will bring that up. I'll bring that up. Where? What else was revealed lately? Let's see. Companies, Hasbro. There's a bunch of Star Wars stuff. We can talk about that too. That's fine. I have some opinions about it. About the Andor show, which I have not watched, by the way. But there's a shit ton of Star Wars stuff revealed too, which I'll discuss. Some Marvel Legends stuff, I don't collect it, but I'll shoot the shit about it. I don't care. Let's see. Where are all the? Now I love Toyark. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes their stuff is hard to navigate for me. Maybe it's probably just me and my boneheaded way of looking for things. But I wish I could just grab their search engine and just type something in and it pops up. It just doesn't work like that. Let's see. All right. Well, we'll start with Star Wars. We'll go with that because it's the easiest one. It's the bright and shining one right now. I hear that Bumblebee Off Striker is not as hollow as the Megatron Hiss Tank. Oh, I don't know anything about those. Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything about those being hollow. So not sure about that, Terry. Let's see. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and screen share really quick. Yeah. Sharing screen. Entire screen. Window. Oh, can I do Oh, I can do okay. Where I'm the little guy. I'll be the little guy over here. Hi. I'll be the little guy. All right, there we go. So now you're not staring into a screen and staring into a screen, staring into a screen. Here we go. All right. StreamYard is so easy to navigate. It's like the easiest tool ever to use. I remember the horrible days of when YouTube was like streaming, like when what was it? The Rogue show, like me and the Rogues, like what was it? Rob Rogues and Automatica and Stu Murray, and we tried to get like a live stream going, and it was like you had to like access this code and like put that in and like do all this like nonsense. It's so much easier, and there's a dog hair on that, and that's gross. Anyway, let's go with this discussion here. So Where are all the fiates? I need the fiates. This is not. This is not. This is not. All right. You know what? The hell with this. Toyark, I love you to death, but sometimes you're making it hard on a bro. We'll just go over here. All right. I just wanted a bunch of photos to look at, so this is what we'll do. So this is the vintage. Oh, I don't care about vintage collection. We're gonna get out of there. I don't care about that. I'm not really collecting a lot of Hasbro stuff. If there's a classifieds that grabs me, I'll snag it. But this Mara Jade, um, she looks okay. There's something off with that head. It's probably just a prototype. It'll probably look fine when it comes out, you know. But there's something off with that head. I gotta grab my thing real quick. Oh god, where'd I put it? Where are you, little thing? Oh, of course I put you over here. Sorry, you've seen my arm for a second. All right, there we go. Now I can see comments and stuff while I'm screen sharing. This is so much easier. Uh, so, what scale are these Star Wars figures? These, so they have the vintage collection, which is 3 3/4 inch, and then they have these. These are Black Series. These are 6 inch, Terry. So let me get this over a little bit more, so I'm not. You guys aren't. It's not like I'm talking from a mile away here. Right. So yeah, this Mara Jade. You know, I've wanted Mara Jade for a very long time, and you can see that there's a lot of reuse here from, I want to say, Dr. Afra. That's what I'm guessing. I'm not saying that's what it is, but it looks like there's a lot of reuse from Dr. Afra and maybe Princess Leia. There might be some new parts in there. I don't know for sure. I'm not a savant when it comes to every little nook and cranny detail until I get the figure in hand. But I like the packaging. Always looks really good with these, like, I guess, exclusives. I'm guessing this is like a Legends exclusives now, which is cool that we're getting Mara Jade. But now you have to give us the Legends Luke. Like, you can't give us Mara Jade without Legends Luke, you know. So I know they gave us that one that I had to fix and make it look like the actual Luke in the story. This guy. But I don't know. I don't know, man. You gotta give us the right Luke. Come on. Give us like Jedi Master Luke. Give us that. But I don't know. Something about the face looks a little bit off. It might not bother other people. I just think it looks a little bit off. It's not the end of the world. The house isn't burning. We don't have to sell everything. You know, it's not the worst thing in the world. All right. Next up, we've got character I know nothing about because I have literally not watched any of Andor at all. Vel Sartha. These names. Vel Sartha. I don't know anything about her. The sculpt looks new. It looks original. I don't know why she's holding an AK-47. I know that's been the hot topic. Is, oh, she's got literally an AK-47 that has a collapsible stock or a para stock, and yeah, it's a little awkward. I'm not gonna lie. Now, keep in mind, I do have an understanding. Oh yeah, you know, Star Wars has used, um, you know, designs before from World War II and such, like Han Solo's gun and the stormtroopers. Both their rifles are both World War II guns. Yes, I understand that, but they changed things on them, like, and they added like tubing and stuff like that to make them look different. Like, they're not 100%. If you look at George Lucas's redesigns for the rifles and stuff like that, they're not carbon copy one of one. This is literally a carbon copy of a friggin' AK-47. So it's a little, it's weird. you're going a bit too far, and it's becoming a little bit less creative when I start to see stuff like this, which isn't the biggest deal in the world, but it's just awkward, you know. Woodman, what's going on, buddy? If you're entering, just say hello, hello, hello. Nice to see you, bud. And thank you for modding also. Well, yeah, it just seems a little awkward that she does have an AK. Um, it's just a little weird. It's a little weird. Not gonna lie. But the sculpt of the figure looks pretty good. The head, I'm guessing that's what the actor looks like. So it looks like she's got new boots, new legs, new torso, upper torso, arms, hands, everything. It looks like an all new sculpt. So, and that was always the plus side of the Black Series was they always have usually for the most part newer sculpts. But yeah, that I mean, you can clearly see that's a freaking regular AK. They just are getting lazy with design now. I mean, I don't know. Come on. I mean, you couldn't have made that into a blaster rifle or something like something. You had to put real world stuff in there. I don't know. All right, next up we've got comic Dr. Afra as opposed to I don't know why it says comic Dr. Afra because that's all she's ever been in. I like my Dr. Afra that I got, the first one that came out. I know she's very sought after, so this is a big coup for a lot of collectors that didn't get her. But I could see that coat just really just sucking, like just getting in the way, not being very intrusive of articulation and such. So I don't know. Are you done with the Black Series ODC? Yeah. I mean, unless something really like punches me in the face, it's so good. I'm gonna probably pass. Like I'm passing on this. I'm gonna pass on all the Andor figures. I'll probably pick up Mara Jade. But I mean, it's really gonna blow my hair back, which I have no hair, so that would be a difficult, metaphorically, blow my hair back. You know. What was that old commercial with the guy sitting in the chair? It was like MDX or no, what was it? MDX or something like that. It was like for a sound system, and then like the guy's sitting in there and his hair's getting blown back. He grabs the cup before it slides off. And then if you've ever seen the movie spoof version of it from what was it? Remote Control, I think it was. Was it Remote Control? Oh, what was it? I have to look it up now. It's going to bother the shit out of me. But anyway, it's the movie, the premise where the guy buys satellite TV and a satellite from hell. I friggin' love that movie. I just had me and my girlfriend watch that. I had her watch it for the first time. She loves it. But they always show spoofs, and it's like hell sound or something like that. And it blows the guy's head off. It's hysterical. Um, but yeah, so um, yeah, I mean, I'll still pick up a couple figures. I know I said I was like really done with Hasbro and their bullshit. I mean, most. I want to say 90% of the Star Wars stuff. I'm pretty much done. Like this is. I know this is a part of that crew. The what you call it? Oh my god, I can't think of anybody's name right now. My mind is elsewhere. My mind has been like I've been reading some modern DC comics lately. So my mind is everywhere. Where'd you go, sir? Brr. Lightsaber stormtrooper guy. I forgot his name. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm starting to sound like a casual here. But yeah, this is a dude part of his crew. He looks pretty cool though. I mean, there's some new stuff on him. This is reused from the what the hell's his name? Krell. There we go. I know his name. I just can't. Jesus. Anyway, this little piece right here is reused from Krell. I want to say the helmet is a new sculpt. The back, the jump pack or backpack or whatever that is, that's a new sculpt. but essentially he's just a stormtrooper body, which that's a good mold. It's a good update for the stormtroopers, but it's cool. I wonder what they're gonna do for the big guy. Are they gonna actually make him big? Or are they gonna, I don't know what they're gonna do for him. They'll probably reuse the wrecker body or something along those lines. You know how they get with the legend stuff, or comic book anything. They just don't like the comic books. They just stick with the movie stuff. So those were reveals. This is probably the biggest reason why I would pick these up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. You know it. Bastila. Um, I still have my regular Xbox. Well, I was just playing it. I started playing it again the other day. I was started playing Knights of the Old Republic 2. But Bashla, I mean, I feel like if you're a toy collector, if you've been into the Black Series at all, like this is a figure, this is a character you've been dying to get. Um, for me, I've been saying it for years. It's always been Darth Malgus. This to me is Hasbro telling me we're getting maybe closer to doing a Darth Malgus. We've done Revan, we've done Nihilus. They're gonna do um uh Bastila now, and Malik. So I mean, who else? I mean, you kind of you have to do Malgus after this. Like you have to. And he's got to be an all new sculpt, all new body, everything. You can't cheapen out on him, or it's going to look like crap. So, um, he's going to be Stewie sized. But Basha looks really good. Yeah, all new sculpt for her. You had to give her an all new sculpt. Like some of these characters that I know they've been putting off doing, and maybe wanting to do some reuse, you can't. You just can't. They're too unique looking. So lightsaber looks a little bit large. Is it just me, or the lightsaber's getting a little bit larger for the figures? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's because she's got a tiny hand. She's got little baby hand, you know. But she looks good though. That's one I'm going to pick up. That guilty by association right there. That's what that is. Um, and Malik is another one. I mean, if you have Revan, you have to get Malik. Like you can't have one without the other. It would just be stupid. Which also has me speculating maybe they're gearing up for a Knights of the Old Republic remaster. Now, if there's one video or two video games, Knights of the Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic 2, those two games should be remastered. And if you could mold both of those into a back to back, kind of like full remaster of both, that would be fantastic. That would be absolutely fantastic. So, I don't know. Personally, I think that those are video games that are warranted. Now, I made a custom Malik, and it doesn't look nearly as good as this. So I tried. I used a plastic cape. This was a long time ago. I think this might have been back in 2015. I made that Malik. So he's a little rough around the edges. But the mouth plate is removable. I don't know if they're going to show that. Yep, they show it right here. Can I zoom in? What's going on here? I want to inspect. Oh God, what's going on here? I don't know what that was. Okay, I'm just gonna stick with this. Actually, I think if I there goes my dog again. Well, my dog says. But it does look like he has a weapon storage too. On top of that, on top of the faceplate being removable, looks pretty cool though. You can see his jaw is removed. And that is going to be a really, I want to say, top of the list is Bastila and Malik for next year. So Those are two important ones. That's why I kind of wanted to touch on Star Wars just for a bit. I think those will be the two that I get. Or Mara Jade too. So those will be the three I really get. Everything else I could completely pass on. Um, he's not gonna stop barking. He's just gonna continue to bark. I have a Great Pyrenees, and he just loves to bark at everything. If someone farts, he's gonna bark. It's just what he wants to do. I heard something. I must I must protect the family. Um, what? No Christmas stormtroopers? No. Good grief. I don't know what they're thinking with this hot trash garbage. This is the drizzling shits right here. That's what this is. This is awful. Awful. And Christmas is already my least favorite of the holidays. Like it's always last on the list. Like Valentine's Day is ahead of that. And I don't like Valentine's Day because it's a made up holiday. It's a Hallmark holiday. Completely made up. Anyway. Um I might have to put my dog in timeout. We might have to take a ad break because he's just gonna keep going. Let me go do that really quick. I'll be right back. I'm gonna Mike. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had I had to put him in the good old timeout. He needed a timeout. I was like, buddy, you need to take a nap, okay? You're being a bit much. All right, buddy. Anyway, all right. So let me get off the screen because we're just staring at a screen and a screen. Okay, so all right, let's go with GI Joe. All right, let me back this mic off my face a bit. All right, GI Joe. So we've got some stuff to talk about. Some good, some bad, some mediocre. Um, let's see. All right, so this is where we're talking about with mediocreness. Eh, it's just a red bat, cobra bat. I just don't care. I've already got a couple cobra bats, and this is a complete pass for me. This is just another little kind of Hasbro cash grab. So that's a skip for me. It may not be for others, but for me, it's a pass. So that's what I'm going with. Let me see if I can adjust that a little bit. There we go. All right. Moving on. Because I haven't talked about any of this stuff. This is some more mediocrity right here. We've already got barbecue. I I certainly don't care about this version of barbecue, the Marauders version one. I never really. It's just repaints. It's just another one of those cash grabs. So, I mean, for those of you trying to build the Marauders team up, and maybe you'll get more of those with more characters that come out. I'm assuming that Falcon is out now, so they'll redo him. I don't know, but the whole team now they're gonna have to redeco the whole team and then slowly pump churn those out. I'm not too impressed. I hate this packaging. I just yeah, Hasbro. Oh, Hasbro. But that's barbecue. Sergeant Slaughter is available on Big Bad Toy Store now, so you guys can go for it. Go grab yourself a Sergeant Slaughter if you want to. So personally, I'm gonna wait for a sale. I think $34.99 is way too much for a figure that comes with way too little. I this is just I feel like nonsense. Putting him with a minifigure and jacking the price up. I just think that's ridiculous, and he should have just came with a duffel bag. I would have rather him came with a duffel bag than some stupid minifigure. I don't understand that. A lot of people have been getting bent out of shape about him coming with an AK. I mean, I get it. I understand why, but and the AK looks entirely too small for Sergeant Slaughter. That AK is so small. Look how small the stock is. AKs are usually a bit longer. I've fired them before, so I yet again I'm not a fan of this. Not a fan. Maybe it's for somebody else. I that's great. I just don't like the artwork. Um, and I don't like windowless packaging. I think it looks the figure comes off cheap like a dollar store, like especially when you open them. Because I've seen like I don't buy them personally, but when I buy a Marvel Legend for my stepson or my son, I'll just call him my son at this point. That's pretty much. If I buy one for Joey, Joey opens it up and then he's got like a friggin' it looks like something that would come out of the dollar store. Like the figure's all wrapped up, hermetically sealed in like a mummy's wrap, and you have to like unwrap him, and it's all cardboardish, and it's I don't know. It's very cheap. It looks like cheap crap, and if you're spending $34, I would expect better presentation than some just throw your figure in a cardboard slot, wrap it up like a mummy, and call it a day. I don't know. I think it looks like garbage. The packaging, the whole design for the packaging, the whole thought process with the packaging, garbage across the board. So there's Sergeant Slaughter. Anyway, haven't opened it yet. Oh yeah, you should totally. Did I get a Sarge? No, I didn't. I have the Valverse one. So like I said, if I do get one, probably be way down the road, and it will certainly not be for $35. I just don't want to spend that much money when you can literally spend $10 more and get a friggin' 2-pack with Snake Eyes and Timber. Like that's just crazy to me that you would spend $10 more and you would get this. $10 less gets you just him with a baton and a whistle and a little minifigure. I just don't see the price value there. Um, I've already touched on Dusty. I've said it once, I'll say it again, I guess. I'm just very underwhelmed with this figure. He's my favorite G.I. Joe of all time, and I'm just very kind of upset with the lack of detail on him. The kind of crappy looking camo pattern on him, the lack of accessories with him, I don't know. I just they they should have went a bit more modern with him because his classic design, this is too much. You went too much classic. I don't know. The helmet looks weird. I just don't like this at all. I don't like it at all. I'm just not a fan. It's really lacking a lot of detail. Like the backpack looks like a toy. It looks like a cheap toy. It doesn't even look like a $25 toy to me. It just doesn't. The FAMA, I would say, I don't even know if this is technically a FAMA. It's like a different It's like their take on a FAMAS. I don't know. And if you're going to do a modern design for him, you should give him the Chris Vectors like he had in the Pursuit of Cobra line. I feel like that makes a lot of sense for Dusty. But here we go with the Crimson Guard. I think he looks pretty good. I don't. The Crimson Guards I think are the coolest looking design, even over the Vipers. I think, but it's yet again, it's another one of those figures where I'll wait for a sale, and I'd probably only get like one or two. Zorana. Sorry if I'm going too fast. I know I tend to kind of go too fast. Is the Havelock even cloth? No, the Havelock's not cloth. It's all plastic. Here, I'll go back really quick. It's not cloth. It's all plastic. So yeah, man, they dropped the ball hard. That's why I think the helmet looks so stupid. And big. It looks like he's gonna put a big like popcorn bowl on his head. I don't know. It just looks stupid. And I'm not being biased because this is my favorite character. I just think they 100% dropped the ball on this figure. It's just not. It's nothing special, and it certainly does not look like a $25-26 figure. It looks like if that was a $20 figure, I'd understand. But this is not a $26 figure. It's just not. Absolutely not. No. Zorana, I think, looks a lot better. She comes with so much more, and this is what I don't get. I don't get this. Zorana comes with, look at this. It's like they put their heart and soul into Zorana, and they didn't give a shit about Dusty. That's what kind of annoys the shit out of me. Like she gets an extra head, she gets a friggin' her saw assault rifle. She gets a backpack with a removable blade, a side blade. She gets all this stuff, and Dusty just looks like hot garbage. That's what annoys the shit out of me. It's like you can tell who are favorites of people probably in the line. And like that artwork is the hottest of garbage I've ever seen. That looks like it would be in a Marvel comic. Because I don't know, the Marvel artists, some of them making shit look like Fortnite. I'm just not like look at all the stuff she comes with: backpack, two bladed weapons, and a magazine, an extra head, and an assault rifle with her signature saw blade on the front. And Dusty comes with a knife and an assault rifle and a helmet and quote goggles. I don't understand the thought process with some of these. Like, no, at least give them better paint detail. Give them someone needs to really give these a wash or something. I don't know. A lot of these are a pass for me. So, as far as now, we got to get into some that I haven't touched on yet. That do look good. So I'm not just sitting here crapping all over the classifieds line. That's not what I'm doing. Um, some, like I said, are meh, some are not so good, and some are really good. This cover girl looks really good. Really good. Like good enough where I might actually buy her. So she looks fantastic. I think these are the reused Lady J legs with new boots. Um yeah, I think Spirit's a top tier figure. He is absolutely fantastic. He's definitely one of the best ones this year, I would say. I don't normally do top 10s, but if I were to do it, he'd probably be in that top 10. I don't know where he would be in the top 10, but he would be in there. I love that figure. Everything about that figure is worth the price that it's you know sold for. Um, she looks great now. I mean, we're starting to get if we start getting like other characters like Clutch, and we're getting characters like her that are vehicle drivers. Are we going to start getting more vehicles now? This is kind of the hard question to ask because Hasbro's opened up Pandora's box when it comes to vehicles now. You know you're probably going to get a vamp. We've already got a Ram cycle. Um, which version vamp? Which I'm hoping for the vamp version 2. From Pursuit of Cobra, but we're not going to get that because everyone's going to be like, I want the original looking vamp that only seats 2 people, and that's how things are going to go then with that conversation. But so we'll probably get a 2-seater vamp, which doesn't really do much for me. So that's a pass. If we start getting like a tank, like I really would love a Mobat. I've always loved the Mobat. I thought the Mobat was always cost effective. It was something that was obtainable as a child. It wasn't too expensive like the some of the other vehicles were. Um Same thing for the Vamp. You could say that for the Vamp too. It was smaller vehicle, more affordable. But when it came to the Mobat, now granted, it only sat one person and it was motorized. I don't think you need to have it being motorized, but I think you have to have it seat more than one person, at least 2. So that's just what I think, and it has to come with Steeler. But are we going to start? Are we going to get a Wolverine for her? Like therein lies the question. But the figure itself, I think, looks really good. This actually having a painted display on the phone, I don't know. Who knows if we're actually going to get that? Um, but he said, just kidding. $400. I hope not. Good golly. Um, well, that's something else we can talk about at the end, since that thing has died. Um, but I think everything she comes with makes sense for her. Whoever made the decisions on her, I think made good choices. She comes with a shoddy, perfect. The sidearm pistol, the tablet, I like it. It's cool. I like it. She looks classic, and the wrench. I mean, throwing the wrench in there, I love it. She she's fantastic. I always like Cover Girl. She's always been one of my absolute favorites. She looks like a gearhead. Like, those gearhead girls that are just like, they just know shit. Just like, oh, here, let me show you something. And it's like, oh my God, that's amazing. You know, I have something in my mouth. But yeah, I would, she would be an exception. Sometimes in life, there's exceptions to the rule. That artwork is not one of them. No, thank you for the artwork, but thank you for the figure. Oh, they are just what 0 for 5 with the artwork today. I'll say barbecues was pretty good. Let me see his artwork. His was pretty cool. Yeah, whoever did his artwork did a good job. This like weird kitty cartoony Fortnite crap. No, get that out of here. Get that mess out of my face. I just don't like that type of style. All right. So, which brings me now to, let me see if there's anybody else down here that I'm forgetting. There's more. Don't worry. There's more. I'm just making sure that there's nobody else as far as a pre-order goes. That's weird. One twin is in stock, but the other one's not. That's a little suspect to me. Makes no sense. All right. So, Mr. Selkirk. Now, I've had I don't like Tiger Force. I've had the Tiger Force version on pre-order and Target just canceled it again. So the only option I had was to go through Hasbro Pulse to get that version. And now I just canceled it now because this version exists and I just don't care about Tiger Force. So this will be the version that I do get. I'm pretty excited for this. I don't know why the Tiger Force version had to come out before the original one. Everyone wants this. I just baffles me the decisions here. I mean, I get it from a business standpoint. Oh, well, we'll make them buy two the same figure, but he looks good. Outback's another one of my favorites, so he will be another exception to the rule. I love the little shovel he comes with, the trench shovel, and then the knife looks good. It looks like a really good. He's got a serrated edge on one side, a nice smooth blade on the other. It makes sense for him, I think. The um the the rifle I think makes perfect sense. He's got the stock off, which makes it easier for him to maneuver with the sling. I think he's pretty well set up. I like everything here. I love the old lantern too that he's got. Um, it's a nice little throwback. For me, the biggest selling point to Outback though, when I was a kid, was his damn backpack. Trying to figure out that damn backpack and how it went on. I think there was actually were there instructions with it? I can't remember. Somebody let me know. Woodman or Terry or somebody, let me know what was there were there instructions for the backpack of the original figure, because I think I do vaguely remember them being or having instructions how to put it on him. But when I finally figured it out, I thought it was the most genius thing ever. Because I was real little and I'm just like, I don't have the patience for this. And then, but I thought once I got it, I thought the backpack was the coolest thing. Taking it off, putting it back on, taking it off, putting it back on. And I was like, all he really needs is his backpack and his knife, and he's good to go. Yeah, maybe on the card. Yeah, that's what I was assuming, Terry. All right. So, yeah, no. It looks gritty. It looks okay. I just still it doesn't do anything for me, that artwork. This is actually, I think, a plus that they're showing the figure, the height of the figure, everything he comes with, and then a photo of the figure. This makes sense. Now, why there's still no file card on here is beyond me. I don't know. It's not hard to you got all this cardboard now and you've got no file card. You still have this stupid crap over here that nobody cares about. Get that out of there and put a file card in there. It's not hard. It's a GI Joe tradition at this point. Get with it, people. They want to be retro, but then they're not retro. I don't still don't think this line's the most bipolar line I've ever seen. All right, now let's get to the real the real the real cheese here. The real Team America. Holy gefilte fish. I don't know what's going on here. Who sculpted this head? Who sculpted this head? It I can't not think of Team America World Police when I see this head. It's who I can't. I might have to get it. If I get him, it's gonna be on sale because I think this I could make one better myself. Um, with like a Valiverse body or something. I just, oh my god, the some of the uniform is all messed up, like the boot covers. No, he looks like Bret the Hitman Hart. I don't know. The shoddy, I'm not feeling that either. Like it's like you went too retro. Like you gave him this old ass retro backpack that no one uses anymore. I just he's this figure is literally a time capsule. This is one where they went too far. So he's got like futuristic tech right here on his shoulder, but then he's got this old ass backpack. This doesn't make any sense to me. It's nonsense, is what it is. You got futuristic tech, but then you've got like Vietnam tech right here. Like, what are we doing here? What the hell are we doing here? And I get it. Yeah, well, you got to understand it's part of the original design. I get it. I get it. His whole design is original design. And if you look at like this, I literally have the dude right here. Like he's right here, just chilling. So I get it. I get what they were going for, but it's wrong. It is wrong. Where am I? If you look at the boots, yeah, no, it doesn't look right. So I don't know. I'm just stand there. Falcon. And Falcon was like one of my favorite figures as far as aesthetics go. He wasn't really any of my favorite. He wasn't ever like a favorite character. They didn't really do much other than like, in the Deke comic, he was a druggie, and then in the early story for Falcon, he was kind of just there, in the comics, he just kind of existed. And he hasn't really done much since the movie. So I don't know. I aesthetically, I get why people like him, but this is this is borderline a mess. I don't know what to think about this artwork. I think it's better than the last one with Outback. It's still not that great, but um yeah, I don't know. That Oh my god, that face sculpt is got to go. They really got to do something about that. Oh, it's brutal. It looks like he's wearing that mask in what was it? Drive, the movie. The movie Drive, when he puts on that rubber mask, he's just sitting in the car. He's about to go into that like gangster store and like beat up and shoot all those other dudes. That's what this looks like. He's wearing that mask. It's so bad. Ugh. But that's the thing. He's $26, and you're gonna get a weird looking head that kind of looks too big for the body. Let's just go back here to prove my point. And this could be, I mean, look how large that head is compared to the body. That is a big ass head. Oh, he looks so old. He looks like an old man. He looks like an old man, like he's wearing an old man mask. You know what he does look like? What's that skit where the guy puts on like he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do the old grandpa skit," but it's like a spoof on that, and it's like a funny take where he's like walking through he puts the old man suit on, and he's like so uncomfortable, and he's walking through the mall. I forgot the name of the comedy show. I can't think of it, or the comedian for that matter. But he's in this suit and it's so uncomfortable, and the mask looks like shit, and everyone's just staring at him weird. Like, what is this guy doing? Why does he have this shitty mask on? He looks nothing like an old person, and he's just like, I don't want to be around anymore. That's what he looks like. That guy. Let me find that. No, not lyrics. Yeah, this is that's what he looks like. Oh my god. There's your falcon right there. Holy shit. Oh my god. Holy Moses. Oh my god. Oh, oh, it hurts. It hurts so good. Wow. It looks so bad. Oh man. All right. Moving on from this. Whenever I see that figure, I'm gonna be like, I don't want to be around anymore. Uh all right. Um I will go to Ninja Turtles really quick just because I can't get that thought out of my head now. Where is so I wanted to discuss Super 7 for a minute. Just right for Halloween. That's right, Terry. I wanted to discuss Super 7 for a minute because you guys know how much I love this line. It's been so good and consistent and a pleasant surprise for me and something that I've been splurging on because, I mean, these are $50 a figure or more. Excuse me, burp. And it's been kind of hard to, you know, budget for them and stuff like that when you've got like, life getting in the way like Gorilla, which is I believe Sergeant Bananas originally, but I think that name was taken, so they just switched the name. Look at all this shit he comes with for $75. Like that's a lot of shit. That is a lot of stuff. And he's a larger figure. Like he's huge. Look at that packaging. Oh my god, he's gonna have like 3 trays of stuff. So this is one I'm going to get. Um, the Triceraton is huge too. I'm going to get him. Triceraton was one of my favorites as a kid. It looks fantastic. This this whole sculpt looks great. It looks just like the toy. Actually, there might have been minor differences. I don't remember these. There's things about. Let me see. Triceratops. No, yeah, that's what I want. All right, let me look at the original figure because I don't remember him. Oh, yeah, he did have green pants. I just don't remember them for some reason having green pants. But he looks spot on, man. Like the gauntlets and everything right here, the gauntlet. He looks absolutely spot on. All the stuff he comes with, like these little rats on his belt, and the belt all painted as opposed to being just all gray, like the original was. Like it's really a sad thing because and I love this line, but I feel like I can no longer buy into it. Maybe the jury's out. Maybe the jury's out, but I don't know if you guys heard that the Horsemen are no longer going to be working with Super 7 on this line, which that's kind of a small like nut tap to me. That's like a "Ugh, okay, that hurts a little bit, but there's plenty of other sculptors out there that can and are capable of sculpting fantastically. So it's just a light nut tap, right? But the biggest nut tap is that These are no longer going to be 100% accurate to the toy. That hurts. Now, that's not a nut tab. That's a full on, like, you picked up a metal gauntlet and you just punched me right in the junk. And I'm bleeding to death profusely out of my junk slowly and dying. That's the kind of punch it is for me because there's still characters like Usagi Yojimbo that I want from the toy design. There's a whole bunch of other characters that I want, and I'm simply just probably not going to end up getting because you can all thank Playmates for this. Playmates is forcing Super 7 to not be as accurate because they're coming out with their own retro line. Now, they've allowed Super 7 to do this, and they are within their rights to do that. But I think it's kind of a dirtbag move on Playmates' part when you're already this deep into the toy line. Now you're telling them to change things on the sculpts, and some characters are going to look completely different from how they did as original action figures. And I'll be honest with you, this was me kind of reliving because I don't have a lot of those retro figures anymore. Like I have a maybe about a dozen of them, but I, you know, I don't. There's a lot of characters that I don't have or that have never had a chance to get, like Gorilla or Scratch, which I just finally got him in my pile of loot. Like that's what kind of made this toy line special to me, and it was a guilty pleasure of sorts. Now, most of the figures that have been released, or I think are coming out, will not be changed. I think the only thing that was changed on the Gorilla was the name, and that's due to copyright issues. So, um, is Playmates going after NECA too? NECA already gave them the middle finger. NECA said, "You can't mess with us. We're going to do what we want." Um, so, but Super Seven seems like they don't have a grasp like NECA does on the license or their ability to make decisions on the license like NECA does. So I think they're going to be forced to make changes and do other stuff, and that's kind of where I exit the door. You know, um, this is a fantastic toy line, and I get like these prices are gonna knock people right out of it. Like it sucks. Um, but I will say this: after I got my first, what was it? I think the first figure I got I think it was Raphael. It was the first wave one Raphael, and he was littered with um QC issues. Now mine wasn't. Mine was perfectly fine, but others I know had a lot of issues. But these are kind of like mythic legions. Once you get them in hand, you're going to become addicted. Like if you buy one, you're going to want to buy a bunch. So if you haven't bought one yet, don't buy any. Just stay away from it. Just that's my best advice to you. I definitely want to get Genghis Frog, but then again, I want the rest of the other three. Then, if I get him, and if they change the other three, I'm gonna be annoyed. So, um, but yeah, he looks really good too. He's already pre-ordered, and like that's the thing. That's the real selling point is not only getting the vintage figure, but getting that extra four horsemen stylized head that's all original. I actually have the majority of them, of the figures I do have, set up with the four horsemen head. And now they're taking that away too, on top of them not being accurate to the original vintage toy. And like what are we even doing then? Like what's the selling point? I feel like if they drop the price down to $40, it might grab me, but they're not gonna do that. They're gonna drop it down $15 or $16. So I'll just say goodbye. I will say goodbye, which it sucks to say goodbye to it. Ace Duck and I got Ray Fillet. I do plan on getting Leatherhead and probably Krang, and then I think that's about it. And I'll have to see how the future releases stack up, but it's looking grim for that toy line right now. So I just want to let you guys know that in case you did not know. Let's go over to. Oh wait, we didn't finish up on GI Joe. So we got some other GI Joe stuff here. We had the Serpentor with his air chariot. He did pop up, I think, last week. Maybe it was about a week ago. Maybe it was like 2 weeks ago. Actually, my time frames are way off lately. Um, I did get a pre-order in on him. I had to get Serpentor. He was another one of my favorite figures growing up as a kid, and regardless of what people think of the character, I think they did a really good job on the figure here and the air chariot. Look how detailed that is. It looks so good. Um, so I did pick one up. I did pick one up, and yeah, I picked up a Dr. Mindbender as well. So there's that as well. If I can, let's just go over here to Bender of Minds. Let's see if he's even on here. Yep, there he is. So there's Dr. Mindbender. I mean, I'm pretty sure we've seen him to death, but I think he's a key player to get. There probably will be a regular version coming out. But I splurged and I was like, you know what, the hell with it. I will get it. I did pre-order him. This was months ago. I think this was back in when was that? I think it was during the summer. And then Serpentor, I pre-ordered him as soon as I think that was during the summer too. So I was actually one of the lucky ones to sneak in when the San Diego Comic Con was going on and was able to pre-order Mindbender. And then when uh was that Mindbender? I don't know. I snuck in with I think it was Mindbender. I looked out and got my pre-order in on Mindbender, and they went too quick. Yeah, they went really quick because they were doing that whole code thing at San Diego Comic Con for him. Yeah, it was him because he was later. I think he came. What was it? September. He popped up, but I got his in. So, and he was up for a while. He was up for about a day or so, and then they put him back up like about 2 weeks ago. So I don't know to sell this figure specifically, Serpentor by himself with no air chariot. I feel like is a travesty. I feel like that's a big no no. You got to sell him with the air chariot. If you don't, you're doing everyone a disservice. Like no one's gonna want to buy just Serpentor without the damn air chariot. It's like an appendage. The guy's always on the damn thing. Literally, like he's always on the damn thing. So I think that's a big missed opportunity on Hasbro's part by making this an exclusive and then just re-releasing him by himself. I think it's kind of silly. Some certain characters like what was it? Certain characters need certain things. Like the Marvel Legends Cannonball should have never came with no legs. You have to include legs with that and the explosion effect. Like you just have to do that. For certain characters, they need that extra thing, to come with them, regardless of what price you're going to make it. So that is, I think, no. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we still have something else. A character was revealed, and if you haven't read the title for this video, then maybe you don't know that this character was revealed, but I actually have to look up a photo because there is no reveal of the actual figure. It is quite possibly one of my favorite figures in my collection. Period. Um, this is a character that not a lot of people know, and you're blatantly seeing that with a lot of YouTubers that have no idea, a lot of normies that don't know who this is, what it is, what toy line it was in. Nothing. All I've seen from people is, oh, they're coming out with Shadow Tracker, and who is Shadow Tracker? And maybe there's a lot of people not doing their homework. But this is one of the coolest GI Joe figures I think ever made. The character design, the thought process behind it, the what he comes with, the amount of stuff that he comes with, the fact that you can pretty much he can carry everything. The posability of the character. I've done a full review on it. I think it was like a 40-minute review, and you guys can go check it out if you want to. If you haven't, go check it out. I did put a lot of time and effort into that review, but this is everything that he comes with. Now, clearly, the classifieds line is probably not going to come out with all these accessories for him. He'll probably come with a bow. He'll probably come with the arrows. He'll probably come with a knife, like a kukri knife, maybe. He should come with this. Now, I forgot the name of this, but this is, I believe, an actual Jamaican weapon. I think that's what it is. But he better come with this. This is what I think. This spear, the way it's sculpted and everything, I think is iconic for the character. You could get rid of the machete and the short knife and this other like kind of like almost looks like a bayonet, like an elongated bayonet knife. I doubt he'll come with a cloth goods anything. He'll probably be really dumbed down. I do know that the guy that does sculpt for the classifieds line is this is one of his favorite figures in his collection, and he's come out and even said that. So I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt, but I really hope they don't drop the ball on this. And I don't want a carbon copy of just him from that toy line. And even if you try to look this character up in the comics, he's not in the comics. There is literally no story behind Shadow Tracker. I wish there were. Trust me, I would read it. Absolutely believe that. I keep finding the same damn hair keeps floating right back on the damn microphone. Sorry about this. But this is a big win for me. A huge win. I said from the beginning of this, if they make Dusty and they make Shadow Tracker, I'm going to get them. Now I'm already passing on Dusty because they done drop the ball on that. Please don't drop the ball on one of my favorite figures that I own. he's like the epitome of like if I were to grab like 5 figures and my house is burning down and I only have time to grab like 5, he's one of the 5 without even a second thought in my head. So, he's one of those. I don't know. Hopefully they don't drop the ball. I'm really holding out hope that the love for the Pursuit of Cobra line by that sculptor will do this figure some justice that's coming out. And I'm really intrigued to see what he does look like. And trust me, I will do a live reaction in the future. So, but yeah, I'm pretty excited for this Shadow Tracker being announced, and the fact that he's even being announced as early is a big surprise for me. So it's a big win, big win. Funny how there's Joe collectors that don't know who he is. I'm with you. He's one of the best. Hopefully they make him they do him justice. Yeah, I agree, Woodman. I agree. Hey Andy, what's up, buddy? Allowed Johnny come lately's mocking his this reveal. Really? Yeah, I haven't heard anybody mocking him, but I've heard a bunch of people saying like, "Oh, who the hell is this?" And I'm like, "Bro, where you been? Oh, you're just a Marvel Legends collector that just popped right over. You have no idea who any of these people are or these characters are. You're just fitting them in as fodder." I'm convinced that that's what's happened is Marvel Legends collectors think that the world revolves around them. They think, oh, everything needs to be in Marvel Legends scale. Oh, why isn't, and you hear this all the time from Marvel Legends collectors. They're like, why isn't DC McFarlane 6-inch? It should be in 6-inch. Why isn't the Halo line in 6-inch? Why isn't NECA in 6-inch? Why isn't, Spawn in 6-inch? I can't fit them with my Marvel Legends because the world doesn't revolve around Marvel Legends. That's why. There's one toy line. It is one toy line. Now, if you look at the Black Series, they're smaller than Marvel Legends for the most part. They're smaller, they're skinnier, they're a different brand. I don't hear anybody bitching and moaning about that. Now, Hasbro makes a lot of 6-inch scaled action figures that fit in with each other. And I think that these people get so convoluted in their head that they think, oh, everything must acquiesce to a Marvel Legend because Hasbro makes all 6-inch, so everybody else has to. No, they do not have to. They do not have to acquiesce to what Hasbro's doing. Why would you want to do what your competition is doing? When you start losing focus and start doing and copying what your competition's doing, you're going to end up like WCW. You're going to fail because you're just going to copy what the other person's doing, or you're worried about what the other person's doing, and you're going to fail as a business. That's exactly what happened to WCW, and that's exactly what will happen to any other business that tries to rinse and repeat, carbon copy what the other people are doing. It's business 101. Do your own thing, come up with your own original designs, your own original thoughts, stuff like that. Do your own scale. There's nothing wrong with having other scales other than 6-inch, people. My God. I'm sick of hearing that argument. It holds no water whatsoever. Absolutely, positively no water. I have Predator figures that are like 8 inches tall. I have Motu classics that are taller than and bigger and buffer. They don't fit in with Marvel Legends. Like the Masterverse line is in scale with more so McFarlane figures than anything. And then even when DC UCs were in scale with Marvel Legends, they still complained that the articulation's not as, it's not what Marvel Legends is. I'm like, could you get a life? Golly. What what are we talking about here? Everything has to be exactly the same thing as Marvel Legends? No, it does not. Wake up. Wake up. So anyway, I will preach A&D. I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of hearing the silly nonsense. Super 7 isn't 6-inch scaled, you know? But it's always the same complainers complaining about the DC figures. They want the DC figures to be Marvel Legends scale. And they will put up all the arguments in the world why they should be. No, you just want them to be. Doesn't mean that they should be. Anyway, moving on to DC. I'm so happy about Shadow Tracker. I will be picking that figure up. I think that's a big, huge plus and a big win for G.I. Joe collectors. Moving on. That's my rant. I'm sticking to it. I've been wanting to say that for a while. I have a rant about McFarlane figures, don't worry. Some of it is to defend them, and some of it is to point out the flaws, which there are. We all know that. But anyway, DC stuff. This has become the focus. And I just did Stridon and I just did a very long podcast talking about this. I don't think he's got it up yet, but when he does, it's an epic one. It's one of epic proportions. I'm sure you guys will enjoy it. Head over to his channel. If you haven't subscribed to Stridon's channel, please go over there and subscribe, please. It takes 2 seconds to do. You can leave the live stream right now and go subscribe if you're not. And I'm trying to get this hair off my microphone. You can go do that right now. Please go do that. And A&D Woodman has a channel too. Go check that out. Please. Don't don't do yourself a disservice. There are other content creators out there besides Shardimus Prime. All right, so DC stuff. Now, I don't know if the DC stuff is going to like the new stuff. I'm going to look that up. That's what I'm going to do. I want to talk about her first. All right. So, you saw my short on snagging Bane on sale. Damn, I missed it. He sold out everywhere. Oh, really? I don't think he sold out everywhere. McFarlane definitely has him here. I'll show you, Woodman. Head over to McFarlane. That's not. You don't want McFarlane toys. McFarlane. I'm gonna have to go to. I was looking up careers for McFarlane toys. No career opportunities in my area for McFarlane toys. I would love to work for the industry though. Let's see. It's gonna be down here. Toys. Toy store. He's everywhere, even in Delaware. Wow. I haven't seen in South Carolina, he's very scarce. I have not seen one Bane in store, or so I would have grabbed him by now. But I'm glad I waited because I got $10 off of him. So that was a score. So if you Woodman, if you go over here to your it's McFarlaneToyStore.com and just go to All DC Multiverse. I think there might be a deal for him. Now, McFarlane Toys always has deals, man. They always have sales. Where Hasbro has never has any sales for anything, they always have sales for figures and stuff like that. So I feel like a lot of people forget that McFarlane has a toy website, and it'll save you a lot of money. It will save you some money, which is good. I mean, Amazon's the number one saver for money. But McFarlane hooks it up, man. He has figures on here. Like I just got the Black Adam throne with the throne, and he was becoming scarce too. Which, I can't wait to get that. I'm getting this whole wave. I cannot wait. Next week, I'm going to splurge. I'm going to do it. And see, that's what I'm saying. This whole wave, $84. That's 20, 40, 60, 80. That's $4 above the $20 price point. That's like what? 50 or a buck extra a piece. So like $21 a piece. That's fantastic. And they normally go for $25 a piece, page punchers. So you're saving money there. Their shipping is really fast too. They always, like I said, they always have sales, whether it's the page punchers, whether it's full waves, like the whole Arkham wave with Solomon Grundy is only $84. It's a freaking score, dude. So here, I'm pretty sure Bane's on here. I would be very surprised. Yeah, there he is. So there's Bane right here. And look at this deal. That's a deal and a half because I think he's $20 Talon, and he's a really good figure. You've got Necron. He comes with this huge ass sickle. Let's just pop in here really quick. $84 for two mega figures. Those are $40 a piece, right? Because Bane is 40 and so is Necron. They're technically $41.99. Okay? And Talon's 20. So do the math there. You're essentially getting a free figure. That's what you're getting. I'm telling you, he has the best prices. No one can beat his prices for figures, especially when he bundles deals together. Like this is a bundle I will get. I would probably get that if I didn't already have Talon and Bane. I probably should have just gotten that instead of paying $30. But you can also get just if you don't want Talon, you can get Necron and Bane together. Or if you just want Bane and you want to spend, you'll spend the $40. He's right there. He's in stock. Personally, I think this is a good deal too, because that's essentially what, just over $30 a figure. That's still essentially what I paid, because I think it was like 33. It came out to $33 with tax and stuff. So with shipping, it might come out to about 75. I'm assuming. But I'm really excited for that Necron. That Necron looks really good. He's been out for a while though. So go check it out. Like I said, McFarlaneToysStore.com. Dude's always got sales on here, and their customer service is so good. It almost makes me not want to buy from like in stores, and makes me want to buy from them, because recently I had that issue, and I made that short of what was it, Grifter's arm just falling off, and that's happened with a couple. I've seen that with others. Ghostmaker's arm popped off the other day, but it's the way the joints are set up, they're a little bit different. Or they're not a little bit different. They're a lot different from how I'm used to joints being set up. Like with Ghostmaker, he doesn't have a peg that goes straight down in. He's got like almost like a suction cup, like arm socket. Like there's a hole, and you just plug it in like almost like a suction cup. Like it just sits on there and it can swivel. So when you articulate the arm, and if the elbow's too stiff, it'll pop the arm off, which is weird. Just put a bar in there. It makes things easier, but I'm not sure why he does some of the stuff he does is I don't like it. But with Grifter, I feel like it was just a manufacturer issue with mine. But I bought mine in Target. Target said absolutely not. We can't take it back. It's a loose figure. We can't. No. Um, and I even gave them a receipt, and they still said no. So I reached out to McFarlane, and they said absolutely. Here's a voucher, and here's an extra voucher for the inconvenience that Target wouldn't. So they hooked me up, man. So that's why I buy from them for the most part. That, and they have really good bundle deals, and they have good sales constantly. I'm checking McFarlane's website like literally every day for a different sale for a figure that I want. So there's that. That is always an option. Now, reveals. Now, I want to talk about the Supergirl Page Puncher reveal, because that is huge. I'm so happy we're finally getting a Page Puncher. Who is this that did this? I think this looks like the Foosh. I don't know who this is. Who is this? Credit to Mr. Allen in the toy world of toys. That's quite the name. Never heard of him. Go check him out. He's got I guess a first look of the Page Punchers Supergirl. So good on him. But here is the promo photo that we saw of Supergirl. This is the Page Punchers version. It's not the classic version, which I don't mind, because you know what? For the most part, I'm pretty happy with my classic DC Universe classics as being my classic versions, and these being my modern versions. Like I have John Kent, and I actually dig this John Kent. I know a lot of people don't like the face, and that's fine. I might swap it and see how it swaps with Superboy Prime, but I actually really like this figure. He's a lot of fun to pose, and I actually do dig the character of John Kent. So I guess I don't mind it too much. A lot of people don't like the red eyes, and they don't like the jaw. It looks a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. I'd have to be a hypocrite if I don't think that face is weird, but I think Falcon's face is weird. So it's not the best face. It doesn't necessarily look like older John Kent. So I might switch it with Superboy Prime and give him that head to Superboy Prime, because he looks a little bit more evil, and he should. But yeah. Yeah, not McFarlaneToys.com. Go to McFarlaneToyStore.com for his store. Because if you go to McFarlaneToys.com, it's just gonna kind of shuffle you around the reveals and news and company stuff. So make sure you type out McFarlaneToyStore.com. The Frankenstein mega figure. I want this figure, but I just want to wait for a sale for him. Now, what was it? I think for Halloween, McFarlane Toy Store had a promotion where if you spent, I think it was like $100, you got the Frankenstein figure for free, and that was because it's Frankenstein, it's Halloween, it made sense. But this is his current look in the comics right now. Um, so I mean, I don't really have a problem with the way it looks. This kind of, as far as design goes, I am not a big fan of this whole situation here, but this is what he looks like in the comics, so I can't hate on it too much. He's shown up a few times in, what was it? The dark. What's it called? Dark. It's gonna bother me now. I can't think of anything. Justice League. Dark. Is it dark? Dark War? Is it Dark War? I think it's Dark War. No, not Apocalypse War. No. What is it called? Let's go here. We'll do this. I'm doing things backwards. Backwards today. Sorry, I'm sidetracking for a second. I got to know what the name of this is. Blah, blah, blah. But I picked up the digital version of what you call it. No, there we go. Superman Reborn and a few others. I'm just trying to find where in the world is Carmen Sandiego. I don't know. I'll have to look for it. But the current story, which is the big Justice League story where the Justice League is dead and the Great Darkness is taking over, and I can't remember what it's called. It's called Dark something. I can't remember. Somebody let me know. Brenda. Somebody let me know. What is it called? I don't have my digital comics on this, and my freaking iPad that I have everything on is dead. Can't catch a break right now. But anyway, Supergirl looks pretty good. I'm pretty excited for this Supergirl and the way she looks, because if she looks like this, hopefully we'll get a Power Girl too. That would be nice. That would be pretty awesome. But yeah. So back over here. Frank, I would like to get him, but I just don't want to pay that $40 price point for him. Mongol is coming out, I think, this week. This coming week. I think he comes out on the 7th or the 8th. This guy, let me tell you about this guy. This guy, oh yeah. Everything about this guy is a yes for me. The updated design look, the creepy, the hills have eyes, have face that he's got. I don't know what's going on with my computer right now. The hills have eyes looking face right there. The friggin', my God. I just love this. I absolutely love this. I hope he is kind of his own scale, because Mongol is like, he's one of those characters that always has had like his own kind of body type, like he's not as big as Darkseid. He's a little bit shorter, a little bit stockier. I kind of hope he has that his own look and feel. I hope he's not like just the size of Bane, which I think if I look over here down here, it should say he says he's 7-inch scale, but that doesn't mean anything. Plus, I think he's a mega figure. Yeah. I just hope he's not like the size of Bane, the size of Man Bat, and all that stuff. So, but I love the unique sculpt on him. Everything looks really good. Um, nice and crisp and clean with him. Looking good, dude. Looking really, 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 really good. I love all the paint shading with the gauntlets and stuff. God, he's so creepy. He's so creepy. He doesn't really come with anything. Not that he really needs to. He doesn't really need to come with anything. So that's good. And I think that might be it for reveals and stuff. I'm gonna go back to I'm gonna go back to let's see. Let's see what McFarlane's talking about. Let's give them something to talk about. Oh, Dead Man. That's right. Oh, they're not going to show me the photo. Where is he? There he is. This Dead Man figure. Oh yeah, yeah. Shit. McFarlane released this yesterday, I think, and I am all about it. He looks like he's in his classic look. I know Dead Man hasn't changed too much. Well, I love the sorry for the yawn, but I love the kind of ectoplasm he's got, or the ghost kind of attachment that he's gonna have. Kind of him, I guess, searching for a new body. I think that's gonna look really good. I like how it kind of like wraps around him. He's kind of got the creepy hand. He's gonna have the gripping hand. I feel like with him, all he really needs as far as accessories would be that kind of protoplasm or ectoplasm or ghost type of add-on with some extra hands. I feel like having two kind of like I don't know spell casting or creepy looking hands would just work for him. The head sculpt looks amazing. Like that head sculpt looks absolutely fan friggin' tastic. Um, and you could tell like McFarlane's really always in his element when he's doing like ghouls and monsters and creatures. Like that is his bread and butter, man. This is bread and butter, making horror looking type characters. And I feel like Dead Man is right down his alley. I'm actually surprised he didn't come out with a Dead Man sooner. But 2 years in and we got a Dead Man. That's not too bad. I think it took longer for DCUC. So I'm really ecstatic about this. I'm super pumped. I can't wait to see more photos. I'm sure we're gonna see more of those, and I hope he's a part of a wave. I know it says gold label, and sometimes we'll get an extra figure in a gold label with another gold label figure. Like what was it? Shazam came out the same time as what was it? The Dark Flash, and they were both gold labels. So thanks for the Bane tip, buddy. Gotta run. Gotta work early. Okay, all right, buddy. Have a good night, Woodman. And yeah, absolutely. It's my pleasure to help out a fellow collector there. So have a good night, and totally understandable. I know there's a lot of people that got to wake up early. So, um, but yeah, thanks for popping in, and thank you for modding as usual. But appreciate it. Let's go over to did I already do? I want to just make sure I didn't miss anything with the good old Hasbro. I don't think I did, Now I don't. I know there might be some vintage collection um, people out there. I just don't cover that, just because ah, I just don't collect any. I haven't collected any 3 and 3/4 inch Star Wars stuff. I never really truly got into them. Um, Even the original figures, like I have maybe like a handful of the original figures. So I guess we can tackle Marvel Legends. I guess we can do that. I guess we'll give them something to talk about. I really wasn't all that impressed with what they showed. Now, the elephant in the room, and I'll address it. Let's go to Hasbro Pulse, because this has been the hot topic in the collector community as of late. Um, People just can't stop talking about the damn Spirit of Vengeance, or Engine of Vengeance. Sorry, Spirit of Vengeance. I'm thinking of the movie. I think they might have pulled this off the website too. Uh oh. I think it's funny that they don't. They're so salty. They won't show projects that have failed. Oh no, there's the Rancor. Oh, okay, there it is. Never mind. Yeah, no, there you go. So this is now the fourth HasLab that has failed, which has me wondering. Now, this is the first Marvel Legends. This is this. We've got two Star Wars that have failed with the Rancor and with the lightsaber. This is the first Marvel Legends, and we had the Cookie Monster that failed. We've had two Star Wars that have been successful, one Transformer and two Marvel Legends, and one G.I. Joe, and one. Oh no, we've had, yeah, two Transformers. I'm sorry. There's been a lot that have been successful, objectively speaking. There's, one, two, three right there that have been funded, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. So 10 total that I'm seeing here. Now I don't know what the deal is with some of the current ones, like Heroescape. I don't know anything about that. I blame it on my ignorance. They need 8,000 backers for that, and it's Transformers Generation HasLab, Deathsaurus. I don't know anything about Deathsaurus. I'm going to claim ignorance on that. There are 40 days left on that, and they're already more than half, or they're about halfway. I'll say they're just above half for that. So they'll probably make that too. They're doing HasLabs that people want. They're just doing other ones that people don't want. Now, well, I say with this, their record is successful so far, objectively speaking. The record has been successful. They have had more successful HasLabs than they have failures, which is good for them. The I think that really what spawned this was that the Hiss tank. I think the idea was, oh, hey, we're gonna do a Hiss tank. We'll do a vehicle two. Let's get two vehicles for a HasLab and see how they do. One did really good because it offered. I'm not gonna bullshit anybody. It offered more, and it's a bigger vehicle. It just is. It is what it is. You can't come at people with this price point, which is more than the Hiss tank, and the Hiss tank is bigger than this and holds more characters and has the same, if not better, features than the Engine of Vengeance. I'm gonna have an issue with that. And also, I'm not gonna lie, a character that's not as important. I'm sorry, when you're comparing Robbie to Danny, he's not nearly as iconic. He's just not. I'm sorry. No. You can't tell me Robbie Reyes is more iconic than Danny Ketch. You just can't. Now, where I think they really screwed up was not only doing a more niche character, which they kind of had to go with if they're going to do this car, but they also screwed up with the stretch goals. The stretch goals were awful across the board. They were absolutely awful. This should have been a standard. You should have had the regular Robbie, and you should have had Ghost Rider Robbie. Okay. Why? What? I don't know why we're getting an X-Men character. I mean, this was essentially what the clone of Jean Grey, and then she was hooking up with Cyclops. Cyclops was like, "Oh, Jean Grey's back. Bye." And you're pregnant. Bye. You know, he just pieced out, and she got pissed. Granted, she should have been, but this looks like, I don't know, like what you put in for an X Men wave when you need a wave filler. This is not something that you put in with a HasLab. That this is not a selling point. And now, what I think a lot of people don't grasp is that, and same thing here. This is not something anybody was like clamoring for. I just I think people wanted Blackheart. They wanted, you know, Danny Ketch. They wanted a Mephisto that looked like Mephisto. I don't know. He should have came with his throne. I mean, for God's sake, the one of the best Marvel Select figures and one of the rarest Marvelous Select figures is Mephisto. And he comes with his throne and he looks really good. And if you're doing a HasLab, you got to give him cloth goods and you got to give him his throne, man. The guy is naked without his throne. Come on. What are you doing? You gave him Crocs and you called it a day. You give him extra hands. Like, this you cannot expect to be funded. Now, where I blame the collectors is this. The collectors seem to think that when a HasLab is up, they think that the stretch goals are included. And the stretch goals are not included, ladies and gentlemen. You got to get out of this frame of mind. I think the collectors going into HasLabs think, well, let's see everything and then we'll see if we're going to back it. But if you just hit the target goal, you're not getting any of those stretch goals. You have to get to the stretch goals. Like, the His Tank got to those stretch goals because they deemed it worthy to get to those stretch goals. You have to base the value on what you are initially getting. And what you are initially were going to get was, and I agree, there should be no early bird shit. You either make it a stretch goal or you include it in the original. Now, I would have included as a selling point, this is what you get. Okay. Right. And you get instead of an unmasked head, which now you're not getting shit, but now you would get a whole nother figure, which I would have also dropped the price down to 300. I just don't see where you're getting this extra $50 from. I don't understand that at all. Doesn't warrant it, not whatsoever. I would have included the regular Robbie figure, which he does look a lot different. He's supposed to have gray pants and he looks a little bit more, normal than the actual Ghost Rider body. And I would have included maybe some accessories with him, like give him a toolbox or something like that. Give him, I don't know, a jack stand or something. He's a gearhead. The guy's a car guy. I'm a car guy. I used to race cars for God's sake. I used to go road racing and shit. Um, I don't know. I just the value's not there with what you see right here. You have to separate the stretch goals from what you're actually paying for, which is the target. Now, I feel like a lot of people based it on the stretch goals. Am I going to fund this at all? And you simply can't do that because you might not make the stretch goals. You might not make them all. Now, if Hasbro was smart, instead of doing this, oh, let's do a reveal every 2 or 3 weeks into the campaign, I think that's where you're actually losing a lot of attention. Now, some people might disagree and say, "Oh, well, no, there's anticipation, there's build up, there's oh, what's going to be next?" I think if you release all of it all at once, you'll probably get more backers right off the bat. And you'll probably get backers to stay with it if you just release all the information all at once. Doing this kind of like clickbaity, annoying, let's do a stretch goal, but we're not going to let them know until 4 weeks in or 5 weeks in. No. People want information. They want it now, and they know that they're going to make their decision based on what you're asking. Now, the other thing where I think it hurts the business plan is when you're doing that, you're really banking that you're even going to make your goal at that point. And if you're not even close to your goal and you're still taking 2 to 3 weeks to build up anticipation with another lame duck reveal, you might as well just revealed it all at once and people could have made the decision right then and there as opposed to wasting people's time and wasting your time as a company and making people wait. It just doesn't make sense. And if you I mean, you knew what you were giving the people. You had to have known. Had to have. Like this is not build a figure quality right here. There's nothing about that Mephisto that really screams, "Oh, I got to get this whole. I got to pay $350 for this car." And then this figure, which it looks like he's reusing parts from Namor, and then we're gonna go to Goblin Queen, which it's even worse. She comes with a skull. This is like Rancor levels of bad. Comes with a skull and extra hands. Like everything looks so boring. This is why I don't collect Marvel Legends anymore. And I haven't for over a year because of that. Because everything is so basic and boring. There's no sculpt. Like you look at a McFarlane figure, as much as people want to, poke fun at McFarlane figures, you can poke fun all day, but their sculpts are 10 times better than any Marvel Legend. Period. They just are. It's the truth. Their sculpts are better. They actually sculpt things on the body. You look at a comic book McFarlane figure, and you look at a comic book Marvel Legend, and there's no comparison. It's not even close. It's not even the same universe. This is painted on boots. This is painted on arms. There's no fabric material to anything. It's just very minimalist. And that is I think the major reason why people look at stuff like this and they're just like, "Oh, well, they're just using the Hellfire body. This is nothing new." And especially with a HasLab stretch goal, you've got to give something different and new. You can't give reissued bodies. Like, what are you doing? I'm surprised they got away with that with reused bodies for Galactus. I'm surprised people bid on that. But Galactus was much more plastic being used and in a better way. and in a more expensive way. And you hear Dwight Stahl and the guys at the Marvel Legends trying to like defend the fact that this is a thing. Like, oh, the door's open and the trunk opens. Okay, what? What are you talking about here? A trunk is supposed to open. A door is supposed to open. That's my I guess my 2 cents on the whole HasLab engine of vengeance thing. I know there's a lot of people with their feathers still in a bind over that. So, but I think that might do it. I think that's where I'll end it. That's what I have to say about that. I don't know. Personally, I'm pretty excited for a lot of this stuff coming out. I'm actually excited about the Mara Jade, the can't talk, Malik, and uh, Bastila. Oh my god, I almost called her Seabass for God's sake. Uh, Shadow Tracker obviously is gonna be up there, man. It's gonna be. Did he give her the John? Did he give her the John Cena? You can't see me. Oh shit. Yeah, I think he did, Brenda. um. Yeah, the I think that's gonna do it. I think that'll do it. I haven't done one of these in a while. I try to just not not do too many of these. Just try to usually stick to the reviews and stuff like that. But I don't know. There was, I guess, a lot to talk about. A lot has changed in the last 2 months with toys and stuff like that. Other Marvel Legends stuff, I guess you could talk about the cell shaded black suit Spider Man that we've got coming in the animated Carnage, which either one of those I don't care. Woo, excuse me. But either one of those I don't care about, so I don't know if that's a something that someone's interested in, go for it. You know, float your boat, sinks your ship, go for it. I yeah, I will call it a day. I'm really excited for this Dead Man figure though. He looks really good. Looks really good. And but yeah, I will call it there and I will stop screen sharing. Hopefully I wasn't talking too loud into the mic. Hopefully it wasn't too close. I'm still like testing all this out and making sure everything sounds good. And like I said, I promise I will have a better camera next live stream. I know this was only in 720p. At this stage of the game, everything should be at 1080 or better or 4K. So I will get a better micro or not a microphone. My microphone's fine. It's brand new. We'll get a better camera for next time. And I do appreciate everybody hanging out with me and shooting the shit and talking. And I would like to do these more often. It would be a lot more fun to do these together. And what else? Sorry, I was looking at I was thinking about doing a couple live streams just talking about some comics and such. So I think that would be fun too. So, but yeah, I've been going on for almost about 2 hours. Wow, it's been almost 2 hours already. That's crazy. And I should probably stick to these on the weekend. I think I'll probably get a better, better round of availability for people if I'm on the weekend as opposed to the weekday. So that'll be a thing. And yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this. And thank you to everybody who popped in today. Thank you to Brenda for sticking through. Thank you to Woodman, Andy, Terry, Fighter J. Who else? Thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody. If I missed you, I'm sorry. But thanks to everybody, and hope you guys enjoyed this. And be sure to hit the like button. It takes 2 seconds to do that. That does help the channel grow. Trying to get to my what is it? What am I at right now? I'm trying to get to 5K, man. I've just been stagnant for a long time now, so I'm trying to get to 5K. I would love to get to 10. 10K would be a huge help. So hit the like button, do comment, and yeah, that's gonna be it for me. And I'll see you guys on the flip side.